Hello friends, Coach Bob with you, and it is a Worship on Wheels Sunday. I know this looks like a little different format, and that is a-okay. We don't mind a little bit different, do we? Today, as you're watching this, it is Mother's Day, and we figured we'd have a little bonus edition today because it's such a big day. I'm going to take Coach Vic and myself. We're going to hop on Casper and got it all cleaned up, ready to go. We're going to roll over to Valdosta, Georgia, celebrate some Mother's Day with my mom. And we're going to do a little bit of talking on the way over about honoring your mother. So hope you join us this morning for a little Worship on Wheels. Monticello is a beautiful little town, isn't it? All the old homes and everything. We're about to get on one of my favorite roads in the world. County Road 146 runs through Asheville. This road is just absolutely stellar. Dairy farms and just beautiful scenery. Thick green forests, and marshes and lakes. Farmland. So if you've got a different vibe for today for Worship on Wheels, that's because it definitely is a different vibe. You know, the Bible verse we're going to be talking about is simply this one: honor your father and your mother. Honor them, you know, and that's what I'm going to do today. So, you know, if your mom is no longer with you today, for those folks, hopefully this will provide you a little stroll down memory lane with some pleasant and fond memories. And for those who still have your mom with you, maybe this video will put a little more fuel in the tank for you to honor her and love her even more. So with that said, let's talk about moms. But before we get started, if you would, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot going on here. We've got Worship on Wheels on Sunday. We've got Spyder riding on Saturday. Wednesdays, we have our office chats and industry news. Tuesday, we sporadically have Two Wheel Tuesday, and lots more as travel time is coming up soon for Coach Vic and myself. We will be hitting the road and doing the big trip. So my mom, where do you even start? Well, I'll tell you what, I can start way back in the early 60s, because that's when her water broke in the middle of a blinding thunderstorm. She mopped the kitchen, cleaned it up, and then woke my father up and said, "You got to take me to the hospital. You're going to have that baby tonight." I'm the youngest of three. My mom was hard-nosed and soft-hearted. The cattle, beautiful. You know, my mom grew up in the country in tough times. Outhouses, no electricity, that sort of stuff. The things that we don't even think about anymore. And I know that there are lots of you out there that do have parents and grandparents that grew up like that. Most people with grandparents like that, they don't even realize that that was their life story. But my mom grew up tough. She had to. It was a matter of survival. She saw siblings die. Her little brother was an infant when he died, her sister a teenager, and survival was tough. Doctors and medical science were slow, and my mother survived it and came out of it on the other side. She had 3 children. My brother, the oldest of the 3, had a massive heart attack at 49. My mother survived that. My sister has since retired from the prison system in the state of Georgia, I'm a retired federal guy. My father died recently in the last 2 years. And my mom is still moving forward, pressing on, doing her thing. You know, as a boy growing up, seeing her do her thing, she made it look easy. She got me up in the morning every morning. Had the same thing for breakfast every day. Hot chocolate and toast. By today's standard, they go, man, that's carbs and carbs. I was a beanpole, man. I was a muscular kid and a lean machine, I will tell you that. It wasn't the instant hot cocoa either. She made it, man. It was the coolest thing. And for years after I moved out, I missed that breakfast time with her. Up until the time I drove my car, she drove me to school for the most part. Every day, getting up, taking care of me. When I got home, she was there with a kind word, if that was deserved, and with harsh criticism, if necessary. Yeah, she could do it all. And the Coach Bob that you see here before you today, everything that I am, the way I think, the way I see life, is because of the way I was raised by her and my father. You know, my dad was working for the Federal Aviation Administration, and yes, you didn't hear that wrong. I'm second generation FAA. He didn't work locally. So my mother, through my high school years, she had to raise a teenage boy. And she did not have a hard time doing it, let me tell you. She set me straight when I needed to be set straight. She would restrict me and do the things that she needed to do to make sure that I turned out to be a good man. And judging from my deceased wife and my current wife, my mother succeeded in that very task. I'm grateful to my mom. I've seen her go through highs and lows. I've watched her age gracefully and just systematically walk through this life, loving her God and providing for her family in every way that she could possibly do it. You know, I would be reticent if I didn't recognize the other mothers in my life. My first wife gave birth to the first two, Robert and Baba. You've seen them both in videos. She loved those kids unbelievably, and she died when they were 2 and 3. She never got to see the fruits of all of the work that she put in for those first 2 years, 3 years. But trust me, they paid great dividends. And when I met Vicky raised those kids like they were her own. You don't hear stepmom in our house. You don't hear stepkids. She loves them like they're her blood. She did it all from a wheelchair. Yeah. Try that one on for size. It's hard. The pressure that teens put on you, the visibility that you get, some of it good, some of it bad. But Vicky has somehow gracefully plowed through everything that she's had to do. You know, you often hear me refer to Vicky as this little Panzer tank, man. She just plows through everything. She, you know, just doing it, man. You know, when we got married, get around this fella here. How you doing, sir? When we got married, we weren't sure if she was going to be able to get pregnant. She did, and then we had one of our own. And as you've seen in other videos, that child is now married. Vicky raised Sarah. Sarah never knew anything but a mom in a wheelchair. And if you've never seen the video that Coach Vic posted about, she did an interview with Sarah on what it was like being raised by a mother in a wheelchair. If that interests you, there'll be a link down below and possibly a link up top if I can share one. But Sarah, or as I call her, Lou, As Lou found out early, her life was different. She didn't realize it until friends pointed it out to her. Lou rode around in the lap of her mom when she couldn't walk, and all she knew was hang on tight, because if not, you can end up in the floor. Because the paralyzed mom doesn't have some of the control around her trunk that a regular mom has. And yes, I'm saying the word regular mom. You can get mad if you want to. That's Vic's words, not mine. But Coach Vic was not a regular mom. She was irregular in every way, shape, form, and fashion. She held high standards. She didn't put up with any junk. But she raised those kids. She wasn't the mom that had to call dad. She took care of it. And brother, let me tell you, she could take care of business and still can. 3 children is what we have. All 3 are successful in their life. The 3rd one getting married in the next 8 months. You know, we are parents that have the finish line. We believe that we are called to raise successful children. And those children are going to honor her on her day. And they will. They're going to honor their mom. And no, I don't have to call them to remind them to do so. They just do it. Because guess what? She earned it. The old-fashioned way. She earned their respect. But even if she hadn't, it's still their calling to honor their mother. And it's still my calling to honor my mother. So we're going to head on over here. We're going to have a little supper time. Don't know what all the video is going to be as far as what we do later. But we'll figure it out from there. So enjoy the ride as we blast down County Road 146 and enjoy this scenic highway. Gotta look out for those guys, they will get you. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you come up to these old tractors, man. Folks will get impatient. They'll start blasting out into your lane. They can sure back them up, can't they? Yep, that's how I grew up.
All right, so we are here.
She boils the chicken and takes it off the bones and cuts the celery.
Happy Mother's Day.
Don't do that. Happy Mother's Day.
I guess I'm gonna have to pixelate it out. Happy Mother's Day, Vic.
Happy Mother's Day.
All right, so we had a nice visit, had some good pizza and hung out all day. Beautiful day, nice relaxing day. So Coach Vic and I are going to head back to wonderful Tallahassee, Florida and chill for the evening, and she's going to celebrate Mother's Day again tomorrow with the kids, and it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful afternoon tomorrow for her, I know. So remember this, my friends, you, yes, you are loved. Now, you go change the world. We'll see you on the road real soon.